My name Andrik Purwasito and Erwin Kartinawati. We would like to expose my paper. The title is Hybrid Speech and Digital Diplomacy in Global Pandemic COVID-19. This paper, I would like to show how the importance of the diplomatic of virtual, and I started to sense the emergence of social media such as YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and WhatsApp, etc. And the international relation must the adaptations of diplomacy into the virtual world, and I think that is become increasingly prominent. This is because international political actors often use social media as a way of the conveying political ideas and message. And this is what then become the center of writers' attention. This is due to the implication of using the internet, social media, and webinar or Zooming meetings have been proven to change the way and practice of diplomacy. With the recover that every representative or embassy of the country needs new strategies, tactics, and also management and governance. Thus, the practice of negotiation, public diplomacy, and crisis management can adapt to this hybrid diplomacy. This is our introduction, and I would like to the literature review. We refer to the books of Corneli Jola and Marcus Holmes in 2015. The title is Digital Diplomacy, Theory and Practice, and published by Routledge New Diplomacy Studies. This book says that technology has facilitated the practice of diplomacy, and they noted that the diplomacy digital that is a satisfactory result. The book is an initial reference that describes digital diplomacy as form of change management in international politics. And also, I read the second book about the digital communication and diplomacy, written by Nicholas Z. Kuhl, titled Public Diplomacy Foundation for Global Engagements in the Digital Age. On various occasions, diplomats and foreign ministers and practitioners of international relations often refer to it as a revolution of diplomacy practice. In fact, the digital revolution in international relations was delayed for years because offline activity could still be carried out. When the COVID-19 pandemic has come, we show that every state actor is changing their governance and ways of communicating through virtual networks. The methods of this paper, a reflection of thought without a phenomenon, and it does not use a specific methodology. It's just that the result of the reflections of intellectual are represented in this form of a narrative descriptions and analytic, following a systematically determined. And I want to show the result and discussion. First of all, I conclude that is a willingness and readiness for digital diplomacy. And we back to the 20 when the economic booming and historical acceleration through the development of communication and also technology of information and transportation. In fact, international relations have started to the use of the internet for economic, political, and propaganda purpose. And for this situation, we need creativity and adaptation to the digital environment. The dynamic of technology and its development are increasingly difficult to predict. But in the dynamic and changing condition, the competition for the truth continues to be debated in the future. So the minister needs virtual public support to achieve this multimedia investment and urgently needed to create advanced human resource capabilities and infrastructure to produce digital visual works. And I noted that the big data and analysis is also need capabilities of human resources and infrastructure. We needed to capture data scattered in cyberspace. The discuss that develop in digital diplomacy requires of methodology and also parameter capable of displaying the effectiveness and digital diplomacy. Therefore, we need the ability to track to the flow of online information and identity, how narrative and counter-narrative are spreading among the online public. Thus, it is hoped that the ministry will have the ability to overcome crisis, political instability, terrorism, transnational crime, and be able to influence the flow of online information. If need be, even fight back or spread with views, beliefs, and opinion. And finally, we go to the conclusions. We conclude that the global social networks require special management. That is a very important thing to show the terms of crisis management. This is to balance both the competition for radical information, political debate, radicalism that revolves around the issue of the truth claims on a particular problem. Entering in the era of digital diplomacy, technological innovation and adaptation of new environment show a conservative mental. But we must change towards innovation and virtual adaptation, which radically change the norms and value of communication and diplomacy. Thank you very much and bye.